All right. Good afternoon, traders. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome out to the Tradespoon Active Investor Workshop Series. Today's just kind of a nice little let's talk about what's around. Gives you a chance to ask some questions. I doubt we go an entire hour today. We're gonna just kind of go through the Tradespoon site and show you what all is here and available to you, and make sure that you have a good understanding of that, and then we'll see where that puts us. So welcome out, everybody. It's good to see everyone. My name is Scott Beck. For those of you who don't know me, I am the head trading coach here at Tradespoon. Some of us just got off a trading room together just a few minutes ago. Hello, Phil. Good to see you again as well. Hello, Faust. Hello, Dennis. Dennis says I should have waited to call the quiz today. A little bit volatile. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been trading for over 20 years. I have been teaching, coaching, mentoring various roles in regards to learning trading for the past actually closer to 18 years. That's me. I do need to remind you, I'm going to read them because this is for some who are not typically necessarily with us. So let me read these disclosures and remind you that trading, options in particular, can involve substantial risk, may not be suitable for all investors. Please read characteristics and risks, standardized options prior to investing in them. Evaluate any strategy prior to use to understand risk and suitability. You must be aware of the risks. Be willing to accept them in order to trade in these markets. Tradesmen and myself are not investment advisors, not registered with the SEC or FINRA. Should not be assumed that future trade picks will be profitable or will equal past performance. The information in this presentation is provided solely for general education and information purposes. Any strategies discussed, including examples using actual securities and price data, are strictly for illustrative and educational purposes. In order to simplify the math, commissions, fees, margin, interest, and taxes have not been included in the examples used in this presentation. Those costs will impact the outcome of your results and should be considered. Lastly, I and/or the team of Tradespoon may have a financial interest in the securities presented and the trade picks. Vlad Karpel, Tradespoon founder, is also an investor and consultant of AOS Inc., which does business as Trading Block and Money Block, a FINRA and SIPC member broker-dealer firm. Tradespoon and AOS are not affiliated companies, and each firm's material is not endorsed by the other. Dennis says, yawn. Hey, every now and again, I got to keep the lawyers happy, and I think for me, the every other week class is probably the one I'm going to keep doing it on. I hope you have your afternoon coffee. Let's talk about the Tradespoon site. Excuse me. Goodness. Goodness. Bless me. Pardon me. Okay. The dashboard. This you can kind of get a sense of everything that is here. You have the free membership, the premium membership, the tools membership. This shows all of the things that's available to you. On a free membership, you have your video training vaults, your live workshop recordings, blah, blah, blah. You've got all this stuff available to you in here. Then you have your premium dashboard, and then you have the tools dashboard. So depending on, which subscription you either have or are looking at getting into, this will kind of show you what's there. This is the platform. This just kind of, if you're ever looking to learn more rather than watching me, under the platform, you'll have it. This will show you everything about any of these different tools. We'll go through these. Tradespoon, Bulls and Bears. Seasonal charts is one of my favorites. Probability calculator. You have your active trader, your monthly trader, the toolbox, all the different things that are available to you. So if you've ever been like, man, there's an overwhelming amount of stuff. Number one, I agree with you. Number two, it's easy to just kind of come through. There's actually been times for me. I believe we've offered coaching. I helped Vlad launch the coaching. It's been gosh, I want to say 5 years or 6 years now. But there's been times where all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's new. That's a new service. That's there. That's nice. So if you look here in the quick navigation, it's the same thing. You have what's free. You have recordings, newsletters, a learning center, getting started. You have the tools. Now, of course, this is the premier tool. This is the uh, advanced mathematical algorithm that learns from itself as it looks to predict, um, the future. It's presented in a very unique way with candlesticks, which I like. Helps to identify support and resistance. Helps to give us an idea of how accurate has the model been. So it basically judges itself, and it gives us this picture down here. My default or my preference is the 10-day. I every now and again will look at the long term. If you're more of an investor, this is really more your time frame here, where you can see what is the prediction for each candle being the next 6 months. So if you're looking for more of an institutional or longer term perspective there, and then you have the intraday prediction, which will give us the next hour, basically, right? So it updates every 5 minutes. It gives us the next hour, 5 minutes at a time. So if you're a day trader, you have that there. You have little tools that you can pop into just to kind of, put a symbol in, and based on an expected growth rate and how much you might be able to make. You have the company screener where we have different, if you ever are looking for trades, this allows you to find companies potentially, whether you're looking at the short-term forecast. And the managed portfolio allows you, if you want to set up different stocks to watch as a portfolio. A lot of, like I said, there's a lot of features in here. Okay, let's go through some of the tools. So some of the tools that I think you would want to be aware of, and again, depending on the level of your subscription. So if you come in here, if you say, oh, Scott showed me the active trader, and you don't have that, you would just think, if I want that, it would be an upgrade, right? It would be an upgrade. Now you'll notice when I come in here to the active trader, I've got signals coming out every single day. So here was November 9th, and I can see what came out, and I get these 3 picks: AXP, DVN, DOV. I have stocks, I have options, it's the same ones: AXP, DVN, DOV. So I can decide, do I want to trade them with stocks or with options? I can also set up here to receive text alerts. And here under quick links, you'll notice you can watch a tutorial. You can do a short-term trading plan guide. You can see about slippage, and because slippage, if a day is as a day trader, is very much something that we are mindful of. And then you have some video examples, so you can see exactly how it works. So when you come in, if you've ever struggled with any of these different pick services, check these quick links here. If we come in here to weekly trader, now weekly trader, these again, stocks and options, right? You have the come out on Mondays. You have both bulls and bears. It will give you ideas of targets, entries, stops. These are longer term. And once again, at any time, if you're looking to understand a little better what's going on, you have a tutorial guide, a tutorial video, a trading guide, and then also the slippage guide. So active trader, daily, intraday trades, weekly trader, they come out weekly. These are going to last a little bit longer, 2 to 5 days. Then we have the monthly trader, also comes out weekly. This is some people are like, oh, it's the monthly trader. Why does it come out? It comes out weekly. These are trades that would be expected to last more like 5 to 20 days instead of either intraday, 2 to 5 days. These are 5 to 20 days. These are a little bit longer, but the format is very much the same. Right, the format's very much the same. You'll have bulls and bears and a tutorial. Depending on where it opens, it'll tell you whether your strategy A or B. It talks about your entry, entry if it goes a little bit against you, stop loss, target. As you watch the numbers that come through for each of these entries, targets, and stops, you'll notice that the shorter the term, the smaller the stops and the targets. So if I'm just doing this for the day, I'm looking to get out after 0.5%, 1% to the upside. When you look at this here, it's much more, right? Now you're looking at 22 points. So this is more like 4% to the upside or to the downside. So these are just, again, trade ideas every week. If I have weekly trader, I get 3 from the weekly, I get 3 from the monthly. Spread trader, again, you can ask for alerts here. Spread trader picks come out weekly. And you can get a sense of what is this trade. I'm doing a bull call spread on JP Morgan. January, buy the 165, sell the 170 for $2.30. Excuse me, for $2.70 debit. The debit is the max loss. So you can kind of come in here and see what kind of spread trades are we looking at? What does the chart look like? Is anything coming out soon? What's the news? And what's the probability? Remember, we talked about the probability calendar. So I love that that's integrated into this. This is the Tradespoon Spread Trader. You also have a video, how to read this page. You have an instructional video here. What I would say is if at any given time you're like, how do I do this? How do I use this? Look around and see. There is very likely going to be some sort of a tutorial, some sort of information to help you to get the absolute most out of your membership. I have said this over and over again. I think we give just way more than most sites, between the tools, between picks, between trading rooms, between education. There's just always a lot going on, and when you pay for a premium site, a premium service, you want to know that it's being managed and maintained, and this is, and there's always something new coming out. We're always trying to do a little better. And so if you don't feel like you're taking advantage the way you could, make sure you're clicking around, right? Clicking around and finding things. The next one after shadow spread trader under picks is the shadow trader. Let me just see here. This is you're signing up for alerts. So I would recommend, if you have any of these services and you haven't done it yet, sign up to receive SMS alerts. Very easy. You just put it on, and they'll give it to you here. You can kind of see what orders are working or filled recently, what positions are open, how things are going, etc. Okay. Now, again, as we're going through this, hopefully you're just kind of getting acclimated. But if you have any specific questions, let me know. Right? Just let me know. So you can see I have a preference of coming up here to the quick navigation rather than like going into the dashboard I mean, I can come in here and I can find things and I can go into them and say, where is the live trading room session recordings? Oh, that's one you want to know about, right? That's definitely one you want to know about, because that's you have the active investor workshop. So all of the previous ones of these, it's all available to you in here. It's just a matter of, how do I find it? So do I go in through the dashboard? Do I go in through the platform? And you can see I can find things in here. I would say you're best off mostly navigating through either the dashboard or quick navigation. So let's keep going through. So we've done all of the picks. We've done the forecast toolbox. So again, you're just kind of deciding what time frame. Do I use any of the auxiliary tools? What information is this given to me? The screeners. So now, some people don't realize that we have more than you think to find things. So the first thing was here under the workshop toolbox, we have company screener. Now, under company screener, I have 4 different types of algorithms that I can run. So I can just kind of come in here and I can look at these different scans and searches and say, oh, what do we have here? This is kind of talking about the sectors. What's doing well? Retail's doing well. We know that. Diversified services. So consumer discretionary has been strong. That's something we've been talking about in the trading room. You can find stocks that have strong forecasts and vector predictions. Ford, Teva, CCL, BBY, you can see, same thing. What do we have in here? We've got a lot of consumer, we've got some financial, some communications, basically things that we know are doing well. So you can find trade ideas on your own. So we give trade ideas through picks. You can find trade ideas through the toolbox screener. Then you have actual screeners. We have the bulls and we have the bears and we have the trade idea tool that allows you to specify some criteria: how much time, how much risk, are we bullish or bearish? So if you say I'm bullish, I have high risk tolerance, and I'm looking for something in the short term, and I say go. I might have been too restrictive. Let's see. Technical trends. Oh, well, I'm not catching anything. I'll have to take a look and see. There might be something missing in here. But again, the watch tutorial video. This is bears. So I have just a list of stocks that I could come in here and start looking into. Then this is my bulls. Really only getting 3 right now. Only 3. Although Ross Stores is in there, this is definitely one that I would be interested in because it is consumer discretionary. So there are the screeners. Now research. Okay. So research is one that I like a lot because this is where the seasonal charts are found. There is a manual that you can download about the seasonal charts. There are videos that you can watch about the the focus list. But if you notice, this just starts off on the SPY. So this is something I've been using quite a bit. The correlation's back up again. But essentially, this is a chart that has taken a 25-year composite. It's looking at any given stock for the last 25 years, and basically it averages each day and says, this is how it tends to move on this day. Then it puts it together and says, this is how it tends to move for a year. And you'll notice, look how uncanny. We have moved so much in line with what is normal Not always, right? This September and August was a little bit off. Boy, I'll tell you what, everything else, this was spot on in here. This was spot on here. You'll notice this was almost perfect right here. I mean, we've been using this to really help understand what kind of expectations we should have from the market, and it's been spot on. It's available for more than just the market. If you're trading an individual stock, if you're like, hey, I want to know, how does Christmas affect Apple? I have a lot of people, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy Apple because it's Christmas. I'm like, are you sure? You sure that's the best time? The best time for Apple is actually from June till September, both historically and this year. Look at it. Now, the rest of the year, a little bit, maybe. There's a little bit there, but not. It's not this automatic thing. I'm going to buy it and it's going to do great because it's Christmas. This helps you to vet out some of those ideas that you have that are like, does this make sense? How does this stock tend to do around now? What should I be thinking about? So I love the seasonal charts. Here's the stock focus list. You can see these are just some stock ideas. Again, you can watch these tutorials about, understanding weekly ideas, understanding the seasonal chart, understanding, a little bit more about it. And then you have your probability calculator. Sometimes you have this same thing available to you on your trading platform. This just is kind of gives you an idea of right now, Apple's got a high probability of staying in a pretty tight range for the next 50 days. So there it is. Those are some research that'll help you to look at individual stocks as well as market-based ETFs. It's quiet out there. I hope you guys are just kind of like, all right, I see what we have here. Event registration. This allows you to register for anything that you have access to. So we have the active investor. This was our Tradespoon site tour. Very exciting. Haven't done this for a while. The roundtable is Vlad every Friday morning. He's going through and trying to help find trade ideas, etc. The live trading room every morning, every afternoon with Vlad or I. I was there this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, Vlad will be here. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be back. So we have trading rooms twice a day. That's all available to you here in the live event registration. If you ever miss any of the live events, you come over here and it's under the free tool. So if any of you are just kind of checking out what we have, this will help you to really get a taste of what we offer, what tools and support we offer to try to give everyone the most. Can you search seasonally by month? Like, what is the best stocks to trade in November? No, there's nothing that's going to say, not on our site, that says in November, here's what has typically, it just has the tools available for you to do the research. Searching is such an interesting aspect of trading because I've seen so many people I've worked with waste so much time searching because they're convinced that there's this great way to search and there's a way to find a needle in a haystack. First of all, if finding a needle in a haystack ever is my requirement, I'm going to be sad. I don't want to have to find a needle in a haystack. That sounds really hard. I just want to find good stocks in strong sectors. That's my core objective for searching. Good stocks, strong sectors. So sector-wise, I want to have an idea of what sectors are leading. You should have some mechanism you use to analyze sector rotation so that you can say, I like technology, I like consumer discretionary, I like financials. Once you've pinpointed the sectors, then you can zoom in and look at the industry groups. I like chips, I like software, I like small regional banks and brokers and smaller credit companies. I like travel and leisure and specialty retail, right? The subsections. Then from within the subsection of the industry group, I want to have a mechanism to find uptrending high liquidity stocks. Uptrending high liquidity. Those are things that I'm interested in. Once you think you have a good list, I mean, then it's just a matter of maintaining vigilance and perspective by using some of these tools to see what's available. I like where your head's at, though, Jacqueline. That's a nice thought process to kind of say, hey, what has shown a seasonality strength? That'd be an interesting tool to build, is to try to scan the seasonal charts. Interesting. Okay. Now, if I miss an event registration, I can go here to event recordings. So in event recordings, you can see, what did Vlad talk about on November 5th, or the 29th, or the 22nd, or the 15th. And this goes all the way back. I don't know how far back it goes. I just don't. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the very end. Is this the very end? It is. You can go back to October 28th, 2016. 5 years. I had no idea. 5 years. Strategy roundtables ready for you. Even I'm learning something new. Trading rooms are available. There's this morning's. There's yesterday's. Right? So here are, you can always tell Vlad has his handsome picture. I hide a little more. I lost my slides with my picture on it, unfortunately. So there's the old ones. Now, active investor, these are mine. Here is everything that we've done. I want to know how far back this goes. Does this go 5 years back? Oh my gosh, even further. 7 years back. There are just workshop after workshop after workshop. You can come find anything you want in here. Let me go back. Oh my gosh, look at that. So you have moving averages, you have probability, butterflies, collars, swing trade with options, earnings, you name it. You name it, we have a workshop on it. It's all there. All of that is found here under event recordings. Okay, so we've gone through picks, we've gone through tools. Let's do free education, then we'll go into these two premiums here, the premium portfolio, robo investor, and elite circle. So if you've been a subscriber for a little while and you never really felt like you went through things, this getting started is a great place. Are these recordings available to Toolbox only subscribers? No, these are. You'll notice if you click under the quick navigation, anything under this free education, right? So getting started, learning center, market newsletters, event recordings, and support. The recordings are available. Even if you're not a member, you can watch the recordings. But if you have a free membership, this is everything that you get. You have these are the different services that are available, the tools membership, the premium membership. So this just sort of helps you understand what's where. Here's your walkthrough video. So this is Vlad giving you a little bit of a walkthrough, and here's some trading guide. This gives you all kinds of stuff in here: finding trades, advanced strategies, Greeks, technical analysis, a trading plan. I mean, all of this is available to you. Again, this is for anyone, not just to not just members. Oh, I'm so glad, Jacqueline. I always get a little nervous when we do like just something that maybe seems a little more basic, but I think sometimes we all need a little more basic, just like a refresher. Like, oh man, there's a lot in here. I could definitely go do some things in here. So I think I find things sometimes. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know we had this. This is wonderful. So yeah, this trading guide, there is just a ton in here. And that's just popping into this getting started, right? When we go into the Learning Center, there's just so much, right? There's just a lot in here by way of the video vault. Who said something about the video vault? Osama said sort of the trading option trading basics, right? We've got the intro, technical analysis, options, basics are here. And if you look at the view lessons, you can see all about options. If I go back to the video vault and I think I want to learn about technical analysis, all about trends, support, resistance, Fibonacci's. If I want to learn about trade management, how to place it, options, spreads, volatility. I mean, there's just an unlimited amount in here where you could just lose yourself. Money management, advanced options. So any of this is available under video training. There's our workshops. There's the recordings. Here you have smart trading guides that you can kind of go through to use. How do I use the seasonal charts? How do I use the forecast? How do I use any of this stuff in here? Then we have the trading guide. Definitely would highly recommend this as well. So every single bit of that, the Learning Center, all of that is in the Learning Center. All of that is part of the free education, right? It's just the premium portfolio, robo investor, elite circle. Then you have the toolbox, and that's a certain subscription. Then you have the picks, that's a different subscription. So depending on what you're looking for, do you want help? Do you want guidance? Do you want tools? Depending on what you're looking for, we have a membership that obviously would fit what you're looking for. Market newsletters. So you've got commentary that was posted on Monday. Every now and again, we have commentary posted. Market briefs, featured trades. That's just 5-minute videos that come out. You can see this just shows, the state of the markets and some of the featured trade recommendations. And Robo Street is just a weekly newsletter. You have access to all of these. Come in, take a look. It's all available for you. So that's everything under the free education. Okay, last couple of things. So again, as I've said, there's really 3 different ways for you to go around. You can go platform, dashboard, or quick navigation. I think quick navigation has everything you need to see very obviously quickly, but there are other places to find it. Vlad's portfolio. So we have the premium portfolio. This is just going to be showing you trades from the premium, what's open, what's working, video alerts, videos, SMS alerts, etc. The live trading room, this is just how you can sign up for it. And then the Robo Investor, this is all a very specific service, the Robo Investor. It's got a newsletter. It goes through the portfolio, what orders are there. It has alerts. And then you have some of the tools available to you as well, the seasonal charts, the focus list, the probability calculator. But the Robo Investor is a separate service. Then we have the Elite Trading Circle, which has access to both the morning trading room, the evening trading room, the recordings, the logs. It's got weekly trader So the elite trading circle is a level of service that has access to all of those different services and picks. Whew, that's a lot. That is a lot. So if you are a member already, then hopefully you see or see at least a few areas that you can start spending a little more time and saying, oh, I didn't realize I had that. Go into your subscription and make sure you have an idea of what's available to you. If there's something that you don't have, you can look into what the cost for an upgrade would be. If you only have a free membership, take advantage, man. There is a ton. There is so much available to you in there. So take advantage of it. And then I think you'll see that, it's not much of a jump to start getting access to some of the real-time tools, the picks, the rooms. As I've said, I mean, I've seen sites that charge way more than we do and give way, way less. So our objective is provide the right tools, the right information, keep it organized, keep it structured, and try to be as helpful as possible in making sure that you understand what information you have and how to best use it. Okay, so I didn't think we'd take the full hour today, but there is some time. So if anybody has any questions about any specific areas of the site, please, it's an open door. Walk through it, ask me, let me know. But yeah, that's it. Take advantage, especially if you are just now realizing all the recordings that are available, all the reports, all the free information for education, for learning, for practicing, finding, evaluating, everything you need. It's right here at your fingertips. So I'm going to open it up for some questions. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you just are kind of like swimming a little. You're in the weeds a little with everything that's available. What I would recommend you do is pick one or two areas or places that you maybe haven't visited for a while or didn't realize was there, and just dive in. There's no need to spread yourself too thin. Can you walk us through an example of how I would assess PayPal? Yeah, absolutely. I'll take a quick peek. So there's a couple of things. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be mostly in the forecast toolbox. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna come into PayPal. Oops, there's no comma in the symbol apparently. PYPL only. PYPL. Now I'm gonna look at this and I'm gonna say, well, first and foremost, the models. Obviously, PayPal's been coming down. We can see what it's been doing. The model is forecasting a little bit more of the same. And it's doing it at a pretty solid rate. So it's great. It's been doing well with its predictions is what it's doing there, right? It's grading itself and saying, hey, we've been pretty accurate. And right now we're not looking for that much. Okay. I could also come in here. I could take a look at the long term just to see if the long-term trend might hold more strength. A little, right? Like maybe a bounce, but not really. I mean, there's not much in there as far as that goes. I'm going to come into the research and I'm going to see, hey, what does eBay typically do around this time? And you can see that it tends to drop back, and then maybe late in the month we get a rally. So I might think, oh, okay, maybe there's something here, but I would definitely want to see the short-term prediction turn around a little bit, right? I'd like to see it kick up and start to show a little bit more. The longer it goes, if this doesn't happen, the more this can whip up and start to show this instead. But it's going to take some time. So that's what I would be waiting for on something like that. Now, I do still always want to look at the standard chart. So I would still come in here and I would still take a look at PayPal and say, yeah, right. I mean, you can see the predictions we had were before earnings. This prediction was from last night. And it was saying, I don't know. And then you can see, obviously, the earnings came out. And when the earnings came out, it was not good, and this thing has dropped. So for me, there's nothing here but to watch and see if it's able to eventually stabilize a little bit or not. So that's it, right? I would say PayPal, there's nothing here for me. It's been going down. It was predicted to go more down. The earnings were not good. We gapped down after earnings, and I would be waiting for something a little bit stronger to show up. This was one of the worst actually today. This and Tesla really were just terrible, right? I mean, Tesla down 12%, really just kind of got battered after that nice run up, and now it's not doing much else. So that would be how I would look at a specific stock assessment. Mostly going to be looking at those charts. Okay, comment came in. We have 3 sources of information: forecast tool, research tool, our own technical analysis. Sometimes they show a bit of different things. For example, Netflix now, according to forecast, is supposed to go down, but according to a technical analysis, it looks good short term. What should we choose in this case? Okay, that's a great question, and it's I don't know if you were in the trading room or not, but it's hilarious because that's actually one that I built a bullish trade on. You can see exactly what I'm looking for here. So this is one where I, eyes wide open, said, you know what, the model is not in place with this. Do I prefer when I have both? Yes, I do. Will there still be times where I have a stock on my watch list that I've worked to curate and cultivate my watch list, and now I look at it and I think, well, that's what I'm looking for. And then I look at the model. The model's like, and I'm thinking, well, okay, I've got to decide. Would I feel better if the model agreed? Yes. Am I still going to maybe take this trade, manage my risk, and see what happens? Yes. You're right. You have different sources of information. You have the forecast tool, multiple time frames. You have the research. You have your own technical analysis. Here's what I know. I know that the model is a purely objective mathematical algorithm. My technical analysis is an imperfect and biased perspective based on me and all my flaws and all my experience and all my whatever else makes up me and how I see things when it comes to supply and demand and risk and whatever else. So I like to have something that even if it just says, you know what, nah, this is a little iffy. Okay, then I've got to make a decision about that. So now, do I know some people who are like, nope, I'm not going to trade unless it all lines up? Okay. Every trader's different, right? I have plenty of trades that I take, even if the model wasn't in line, that worked out. And if they don't work out, then I'm going to manage it appropriately. So that's a phenomenal question. I love it. I hope that answers the question. Other times, yeah, over the last month, there was like almost a constant lineup. The bullishness that we had this last little bit, like the research cyclical chart was calling for it. The short term was calling for it. My own technical analysis was calling for it. Everything was pointing bullish, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Everything's great. Let's go. And then there's other times where it's just not. And it's just like, okay, what do we do with that? Exactly. What do you do with that? Well, if you've quantified your risk and you've quantified your gain and the reward to risk makes sense relative to what you believe the probability is, you still have a potential trade on your hands. There's, the model is not a crystal ball. Vlad would not tell you it's a crystal ball. It is a mathematical algorithm, a highly sophisticated mathematical algorithm, which means it's objective, right? It's not influenced by political panderings. It's not influenced by socioeconomic dilemmas. It's not influenced by oil prices or this or that or boats stuck outside Long Beach or, right? There's always something going on that can create biases. It's not influenced by that. So I love having it. And then I can decide, okay, if everything lines up, great, let's go forward. There's been plenty of times where everything lined up and then it was wrong. I was wrong. The model was wrong. We were all wrong. Okay, well, that's why we manage our risk and set stops and create plans. So I hope that answers your question. I feel like if I have my eyes wide open, I'll take a trade either way, but certainly I would prefer if everything lines up, right? So, and great example, because it was exactly the example we ran into in the trading room today. I agree with you. The model is iffy. I like the trend. I like that it's moving. I like everything about it. It's very, very nice looking setup here. So anyways, any other questions? Good questions. I hope it was a good day. I hope you saw something you hadn't seen in a while. I hope I gave you something to look into, to explore, to spend some time with, to improve your use of the Tradespoon site. As I said, there's a lot there. I hope you take full advantage of it. Next time, we'll do something else in 2 weeks. I don't know what it is, but it'll be exciting. It'll be fun. We'll come together. We'll have afternoon coffee, and we'll look at some market. We'll look at some market concepts or something. It'll be great. All right. Well, listen, everybody. Thanks for coming out, spending some time with me today. Really good to see you all. I'll be back tomorrow with the trading room. You know how to go register for it now. You know how to go watch the recordings for it now. But I'll be back with the trading room. If you're not 100% convinced and you're just going to keep seeing what we have, then I'll see you in 2 weeks. But eventually, do yourself a favor, make a commitment, join the site, see all the inside goodies, all the extra help, all the extra services. You'll find it worth it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your fall weather. And as always, happy trading.